There we go. We are live this morning, day 414, February 11th, and it is 5:40 a.m. We're going to get started with some mobility. Oh my God, that's why it's so cold here. I left the back door open. Whew. I'm sitting here wondering why I'm freezing. Sorry about that. Chilly. I don't mind. I like fresh air in the morning, but this was getting a bit frosty cold. It did snow here last night, so I guess we're onto something with the cold. Who knows? We might have a white February and a white birthday. In any case, we are going to be doing some mobility work tomorrow, and I appreciate you all dropping by and being interested in what I'm doing. For those of you who are watching, my name is Toby. I am 40 years old and I train to live an active, self-sufficient, and adventurous life. I do so by minding my sleep, minding what I eat, strength training, conditioning training, and mobility training. And as today is Tuesday, we are going to be doing some mobility. It's about a 20-minute routine, after which we're going to do some core. To be very honest, I need to up my core game a little bit. I like to take it easy. When I do core, I do a little bit 2-3 times a week, just to build that stable, functional core that will keep me upright and moving and solid when I do my kettlebell swings or snatches or things like that. But we probably could do a little bit more work to build a more solid foundation for life, because that's what the channel is all about. This is not about the way I look. I have no intentions of being a fitness model or a bodybuilder or competing or having my beach body ready for summer 2025, whatever. I'm beyond that in life. Don't get me wrong, any fitness and health goal is a valid fitness and health goal, but it's just not for me anymore. Instead, I want to be fit, capable, and competent, or I want to feel fit, capable, and competent for whatever life throws at me. And at 40, I've just noticed that if I don't maintain my body, if I don't maintain my physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial health, then, life doesn't really work very well. And this is a 30-minute investment I make into my health and fitness. So that's why we're here. Look, any fitness goal is valid. Health and fitness is incredibly personal, all right? Whether you want to maintain weight, which is one of my goals at the moment, whether you want to gain weight for whatever reasons, whether you want to lose weight for whatever reasons, usually health related, right? Or looks related in certain ways, whether you want to be stronger, whether you want to be faster, whether you want to be leaner, whether you want more definition, whether you want to have the endurance to run a marathon or another competition of sorts. Whatever it is that you are training for, as long as you have a goal, you're doing things you enjoy, and you're learning something about your body and about how you can create adaptations that make you healthier, fitter, stronger, faster, you're on a journey, and you're going to come to a point where maybe the performance steps aside for the health benefits of exercise. Because I think one thing has become pretty clear, if I believe all of the podcasts and all of the reading, but also a certified personal trainer, so I have some education, basic education in the field, is that for our long-term health, exercise is key. All right. Also remember that we're good just the way we are. We've got to love ourselves before we can move on. It's the person we are today who's going to help get us to where we want to be tomorrow. And a bit of kindness is going to go a long way, because there are enough people out there who want to put us down, all right? And we don't have to let them. We can lift ourselves up. And the only way to get anything done, friends, is by showing up and doing the work. So if you drop by, you go ahead in the chat, say hi. I have started the timer, and we are going to get moving. I'm just doing a little walk out here to tell our body that we are about to engage in some activity. Right, breathing in and out. Now we're going to start chatting. Just deep breaths in, filling out that space, and diaphragm, push everything down, and just really bring that breath in. There you go. All right, neck. Really using this range of motion here. And I remember when I started in like 2016 at this personal gym with a personal trainer, I started to develop such neck problems. I was worried for a while that I was herniated, but it wasn't a hernia at all. Turned out that my neck was just incredibly weak and it couldn't support my head properly. Can you imagine that? One of the reasons was years of inactivity. Not even that many, maybe 4 or 5. Sitting staring at my phone and typing into a laptop as the basis of how I was spending my life. And I was on a mission at that time to get fit and healthy and strong. We were lifting heavy videos that time. I was not only lifting heavy, I was like skinny. I think I was like 10 kilos lighter than I was today. Bulging with muscles from bench pressing and deadlifting, squatting, huge weights. All right. So fast forward to having our first kid in COVID, and then having to first of all, not being able to go to the gym for a while. Second of all, starting a couple of years of interrupted and poor sleep, which we've just come out of this year, which was me to regain some of my former weight, but not all of it. As I was 102 kilos when I started on that journey, and I will be very honest with you, I was slightly obese and unhealthy and not on a good path for my long-term health and fitness. And I think everyone knew it, but it's kind of acceptable to be out of shape because your contributions depend way more on your mental and social skills than on your physical skills nowadays, at least in the environment I live and work in. So, hey, take it easy, relax, have those extra spare ribs, and that bag of crisps, and 2 cans of Coke a day. Because life is good, and we're gonna live forever. Well, one day I saw a picture of myself, and you have to know about me that I have always been into sports, but I've also always been somewhat on the larger side as a kid. Right? I remember my classmates weighing, we did a weigh-in at school for whatever reasons, weighing like 25 kilos, maybe. And I was already up at 40 for whatever reason as a child. I'd even out a little bit, but still, I was always big, a bit pudgy, a bit soft. Then I turned 16, I got into the fitness and into lots of sports, martial arts, like quite seriously. And suddenly my body transformed, right? I became broad-shouldered, tapered at the waist, strong legs, because of all the training, complemented by some strength and conditioning training. Oh, hey there, thanks for dropping by. I'm going to read your message in a moment. A couple of exercises that I need to finish. And then from there into my student years, I entered my student years being in, I would say, more or less peak condition for life. Hey, MLB. Right. Hey, Mel. Thanks for dropping by, saying hi. And I appreciate you dropping by and sharing your thoughts. And yeah, that's exactly it, right? We need to think about where we're spending our life and how we are spending our time. Because we need to invest in our health and fitness if we are going to live to be 100 and be self-sufficient. So I went to my student years, and during my student years, I was eating, drinking, partying a lot. And I transformed to the point where my girlfriend at the time one day told me, "Have you seen yourself? You're not the person that I started dating 1 or 2 years ago." And she was right. Like, I had put on a lot of weight and developed bad habits. Anyway, that stuck for a couple of years. And then during my exchange in the United States, in Boston, actually everyone expected me to come back and have put on weight because of the American diet. You have to remember, I'm from Europe. So there are some misconceptions about American food, but also the expectation that the availability of healthy foods, and this was already in 2008, was going to be limited as a student on campus. And even though people were more or less right, because I was incredibly active at the time, they had a great gym, an indoor track, some fun classes, and as a group we would spend some time at the gym. I actually came back slimmer and fitter than when I left. But in the years that followed, I managed to keep up with it a little bit, but it wasn't a priority. And I found a job abroad, and I moved. And the job was great, and the company is great. Still work for that company. There were a lot of amenities, and the amenities came in the form of foods and free foods, but also a lot of partying, some drinking. So of course, my health deteriorated because I did spend time in the gym, but I wasn't sleeping well. And I definitely wasn't minding what I was eating. So it doesn't matter how much you work out in a situation like that. It doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're not sleeping well and you're not mindful of what you're eating, there is no way that you're going to achieve any kind of health outcome. I remember the final 6 months, I think, that I was there, I developed this bad habit of after work, because work provided food, warm lunches, proper meals. So I didn't really feel the need to eat well in the evening, but I also didn't really feel the need to cook. But I developed a habit of picking up a carton of full milk and hazelnut-filled crispy cereals. And believe it or not, I would go through the full pack of milk and through the full pack of cereals in one sitting on the couch, watching shows on my laptop. I think about it now, it was sad and pathetic. But I didn't realize it at the time. I was lonely. And thankfully, all of that changed when I came back to the Netherlands. But see, when I talk about health and fitness, all of that experience, all of those moments, all of the reflecting I've done on that life, all filters into the philosophy I have today. And I think everyone needs to figure these things out for themselves. But I also think there is a little bit of value for you to maybe not have to learn the same lessons in the same ways that I did. But that could just be my wishful thinking. I've learned lessons. And I've learned that being consistent is key. Doesn't matter what it is. Whether it's finances, consistently making money, consistently putting money aside if you can. Whether it's working out, consistently showing up and doing something. Whether it's sleep, consistently going to bed at the same time, consistently doing the same 3 or 4 things before bed, so that it's a ritual that tells my mind and body that it's time to go to sleep. Whether it's food, consistently eating the same things, similar meals, packed with similar nutrients, because that is what we've decided is what keeps us in the size and shape that we're at. That's important. Consistency is important in life. Showing up every day to be a good father, being happy that I have the means and time to spend with my kids, with my wife, with my friends and family, being grateful for all of that, consistently investing in these relationships over time, because that's what life is in the end. It's relationships. So yeah, those are some of the things that are on my mind today. And look at how far we've come. I'm 40, if all goes well. Got many good years ahead of me still, I hope. And we are going to be making the most of those years by being smart about the things that we do, and being interested and curious in what life has to offer. And I think the foundation of that is being healthy and fit, so that we can actually go out and do the things and grapple with life's challenges head on, because that is not always easy and simple to do. All right? So, anyway, that's where my thoughts are at this morning as we go through this routine. You might have some different thoughts. You might be in a different place. If you want to let me know on chat, go ahead and let me know. Today's a mobility day. We're just taking it easy, moving comfortably through a routine, a set of movements that I have been doing for a year. Slowly adding, subtracting, to get a full body mobility work in. Because for life, mobility, range of controlled motion is important. And that's what mobility is. It's about being able to move specifically and well, because that helps with many things in life. I wonder if it helps me to be able to get down into a squat like this, and I can tell you that the answer is yes, it does. Because I have 2 kids and they play on the floor. I need to be able to reach them. I can do a hunter squat. I can do a regular squat. I can get down on my knees. But whatever it is, I am able to get to them, and to play with them, and to get back up off the floor afterwards with ease. And I intend to be able to do that for life. So hey, if you're watching and you're new to this channel, say hi in chat, let me know you're watching. Hit like if you're enjoying the conversation. My name is Toby, I'm 40 years old. And I'm training to live an active, self-sufficient and adventurous life. I do so by minding my sleep. I try to get between 7 and 9 hours a night. I do so by minding what I eat. I try to eat within my energy balance, which for me is like 2,200 calories. I try to eat lots of vegetables. I try to eat about 120 to 150 grams of protein to support my long-term health goals. And I try to get those proteins from varied sources to make sure that I'm staying on track. All right. Now, I also show up for some strength training, some conditioning training, some mobility training in life. All right. And this morning is a mobility day. I go out for runs every Sunday, 30 to 60 minutes for that base of endurance and cardio. And I predominantly work with kettlebells. And as we're working, we talk about life and health and fitness and the basics and how it is simple, but maybe not necessarily easy to try to stay in good shape for life. All right? The things that we need to do are that we need to show up and sleep well every day. Try to get as much sleep as we can, uninterrupted sleep, as consistently as possible. Over time, we are better off getting less sleep, say 6 to 7 hours, as long as we get those 6 to 7 hours consistently throughout the week, and we go to bed at about the same time every day. That is just a very quick and easy way to start to get some health and fitness improvements. All right. So that one, then. All right. That was mobility. I have to just change the timer slightly, we're going to move on to some core work. I'm going to start with 2 out of McGill's Big Three. And then we're going to move on from there. We have some work to do. And thanks for answering the poll and letting me know that the people who are watching do have the skills to invest in their lifelong health and fitness. I think that's great. I think those skills are underrepresented in our education system and in our upbringing. I need to really squeeze the glutes, the back. But holding this position has become easier and easier over time. And I think that shows development, strength, stamina, physical ability. I know, probably not going to develop a six-pack with these exercises, but since a six-pack isn't the goal, that's all good. If a six-pack were the goal, I would still include and incorporate these exercises because they're going to lay a good, solid foundation. And it's Tuesday morning. It's supposed to be snowing today. Nice winter is here. Regular old blankety blank. Just 30 seconds. We're going to not mind the timer for a bit. We're going to do some suitcase deadlifts. And then we're going to do some suitcase carries. And it is 6:14 a.m. where I'm at in Amsterdam. We are almost done. With today's workout session. this is 20 kilos that we're trying to lift off the ground. And as we're lifting it, our body is saying, hey, you, stay upright, because we're holding it to one side. So the opposite plank, the oblique, is contracting and trying to keep us upright, which is why it's such a good core exercise. As is walking with 20 kilos to one end, one side, or marching in place, because the weight is trying to pull us in that direction. But we are going to stay upright. That's how we build a strong, capable, and stable core over time. And the final exercise in this series and we're done for today. All right, friends. Thanks for dropping by. Mel B, thanks for letting me know you're watching. And I appreciate you dropping by in the chat. And let's agree to keep being mindful of what's important in life. All right? I need to spend enough time taking good care of ourselves so we can take care of the people around us, contribute to the communities we're a part of, and bring our best selves to the world. Friends, thanks for watching. Remember what I always say. We're good just the way we are. We've got to love ourselves before we can move on. This person we are today is going to get us to where we want to be tomorrow. It's a bit of kindness going to go a long way, all right? Don't be too hard on yourself. There are enough people in the world who want to put us down, and we can lift ourselves up, all right? And remember, the only way to get anything done is by showing up and doing the work. So I will see you tomorrow for a strength and conditioning workout with kettlebells. Take care, friends. And don't forget to subscribe and like my videos.